Nobody does it by themselves. Nobody. I had the best writers that you could pray for. I mean, writers like Mel Brooks, Larry Gelbart, Neil Simon.
One was witty, one knew physical things, one was more erudite than anyone else, one was a woman. It was a great amalgamation of the best talent, and he put them all in the right positions: first base, second base, shortstop, and so on.
Neil honed his craft there, and of course he went on to become a preeminent playwright. I did the Dick Van Dyke Show based on that.
I learned from writing with those writers. I learned from going through the experience with them and searching for ways to structure sketches so that they would work.
It was like a university, the University of Comedy, and it was like the Harvard of comedy.
Honey, will you hurry up, please? We can just we'll grab a cab on the corner and we'll get to the theater just in time.
Oh, darling, this is the loveliest anniversary present. Just think, a Broadway show.
Isn't that something, huh? Come on, here we go. Honey, you look wonderful.
You think so? You know something? I don't think this hat is right with this dress.
Why, what's the matter, honey? I think it's just right. It's not too fancy. It's not too plain. It goes with the dress. I think it's just right.
I hate it. I'm going to change it.
Oh. Now, look, honey, we only get a few minutes. Will you...
There we are. That's better, isn't it? The perfect hat for the theater.
Well, I'd hate to be the guy that has to sit in back of you.
I'm going to take it off when I sit down.
Well, then what difference is it what hat you put on if you're going to take it off?
I don't want to put the wrong hat on to take off.
All right. Ready? You look wonderful. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, wait a minute, darling. The gloves. Now, the gloves don't match the hat.
That's funny. Please, we have only a few minutes. What's the difference what kind of gloves you put on? You'll only lose them anyway.
Well, I don't want to lose yellow gloves when I take off my blue hat. There.
All right. Will you hurry up? Come on.
Better?
Better.
Perfect?
Perfect. You'll have blue gloves, a blue hat, and a green dress. Perfect.
Blue gloves, a blue hat, and a green dress? That's an awful combination. I'll have to change it.
Oh, no. Honey, please, believe me. We only have a few minutes. Every time I say that, she has to change. Change. And the last minute she has to change. That's the whole trouble. She got too much to change. Everything doesn't match. Her nose doesn't match her dress. Her dress doesn't match her mother's hair. Everything has to go. I don't know. That's it. She has too much to change. She had one dress to be no problem. She never has anything to wear, but a lot to change. You have nothing to wear but a lot to change.
If you don't stop yelling, it's going to take twice as long.
Didn't you change anything? You were in there all this time?
If you were the proper kind of husband, you would be interested in my appearance. After all, the way I look reflects on you.
Well, don't reflect on me and get dressed, will you, please?
I'm getting dressed. I want to look right, that's all.
Well, go ahead, go look right. I don't see what difference it make anyway. We're going to the theater. It's going to be dark. Nobody's going to look at you. They're going to look at the stage where the pretty chorus girls are. And that's where I'm going to look at the pretty chorus girls.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare I what?
You said I was a monster. You said you were going to look at those pretty chorus girls.
Oh, now, listen, monster. I mean, listen, honey. Listen, honey.
You don't love me anymore.
Well, you're sure I love you, honey.
Sure you love me. And I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. And these have been the 10 happiest years of your life.
I never said that.
That doesn't. I am not going.
Oh, come on, honey. We got a few minutes left. This is a hit show. It was hard getting tickets. Listen, this is our anniversary. Let's not fight. Come on. I'll tell you what. We'll fight. We'll fight tomorrow, okay?
All right, but just remember to be very... Oh.
The telephone. Every time her friend, Peggy,
Hello?
calls up, she primes her just when she knows we're going out the door. I never saw it. Every time she calls up and wants you... Never. You and your phone calls.
It's for you.
Hello? Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, try it yourself. Yeah, all right. Let me know how you come out. Bye-bye.
Who was it?
I don't know. Come on.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you put out the lights?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you close the window?
Yeah.
Have you got the tickets?
No. I haven't got the tickets. The tickets, where did I put the tickets? Let me see. Let's see. I went to the box office. I picked up the tickets. That's right. I got in a cab. I came down. I come to the house. I went upstairs, changed my clothes, took a shower. I came downstairs. I come over here. She says, "All right, come on. You grab a cab. We'll get there just in time." All right, no, you look perfect, wonderful. All right, don't let the hat. I change the hat. Wonderful. All right, how are you gonna have to be the guy sitting back here? Okay, all right, you can pick up the gloves. All right, you can pick up the gloves. You only lose them. Right, perfect. Right, perfect. The green vest. Can't change it. Right, you're gonna change it. My mother's hair don't change. You can match. I'm not listening. You go back to the old lady. You got one thing to wear. You have no time to wear. Nothing to change. Don't you call me a monster. I'll call you a monster because I'm looking at the cut. You come over to Peggy. Hello, Peggy. You want to come back and forth. It's for you. All right, it's going to be. Yes, no. You got the. You close upstairs. You close downstairs. Yeah. You got the tickets.
Isn't that silly of me? Gallery seats! You bought gallery seats on my 10th anniversary!
I told you it's a hit show.
You know I can't climb up to the gallery in these high heels.
Well, what am I going to do,
If I change my shoes, I have to change my dress.
Oh, no.
If I change my dress, I have to change my clothes.
No.
If I change my clothes, I have to change my hat.
You got to change.
Change.
Lad, change. Well, if you're going to change, I'm going to change. I don't like the handkerchief. It doesn't go with the color of my nose. Sure. I don't like the tie. It don't go with my neck. The shirt, everything. The suit doesn't go with my pants. And the shirt doesn't go with nothing. I don't have to wear nothing. And the pants don't go with nothing. I can't wear anything. I don't care. There, all right, I'm changed.
Oh, darling, aren't you ready yet?
Yes, I'm ready. Come on.
Well, Mel Tolkien was the head writer, but Sid was God. So there was a big disparity between them. But when Sid wasn't in the room, Mel Tolkien really whipped the forces into work. Let's go.
I was able to say, that idea is no good, or I'd say, that's enough. Or I would say, there are more jokes that we can possibly use. And once you sit down, you can't repeat the same jokes. So I said, let's stop making jokes on that particular subject, and so on.
Tolkien was an amazing guy. He was an intellectual, profound intellectual. He read everything, Andreev, Dostoevsky, Tolstoy, you name the Russian writer. He had read him in the original Russian. He came from Russia. And he was always afraid that they send him back to Russia. So when there was a knock on the door, he'd fly under the desk.
There's a lot of talk about, who wrote what. Or we don't talk about it, other people talk about it. Other people ask you, was that yours, was that yours? Oh, I could tell that was yours, and frequently they're wrong. But when Doc was writing Laughter on the 23rd Floor, he said to me, I'm trying to do a thing where the writers pitch funny names, and I can't remember too many of them. I said, well, why don't you use Angela Jonesala, which is a name he came up with for an actress in a sketch on Caesar's Hour. And he said, I thought of that, but that was yours. I said, no, that was yours. He said, are you sure? I said, I'm absolutely sure, and you're free to use your own stuff.
Neil used to keep me laughing all the time. I once thought of paying him a fee for coming into work every day, buy a ticket, but he wouldn't take it.
Productions presents The Last Angry Bull. Directed by Mrs. Florence Ferguson, winner of our So You Want to Direct a Picture contest.
magnificent in the arrival this afternoon. Well, magnificent.
Magnificent, you say? I was more than magnificent. I was marvelous. Never have I fought with such courage, such daring. Somebody kiss me, quick.
I'll kiss you.
Never mind, I'd rather kiss myself. I'm so good. So good.
Yes. Sit down, sit down. We have to discuss business now.
Oh, the sun's talking. I'm so good.
Of course, right. But here are the contracts for your next bullfight.
Another small town. Always I fight in small towns. El Pueblo, Trujillo, Valladolid, Levittown. When am I going to fight in the important cities? When will I fight in Madrid?
You are not ready for Madrid. You are not important enough.
Not important enough. I, Julio Fernandez of Valdez, not important enough. Who is more important?
Who? The greatest bullfighter in the whole world. Luis Flamingo.
Flamingo, always Flamingo. What bull has he fought lately? He hasn't touched a bull in 10 years. He would not accept my challenge in the bull ring. He is not a legend. He is a has-been. I think I'm talking to you, Senor Flamingo. You are a has-been. I laugh on your nose. Ha!
Flamingo! You are a sissy coward. Flamingo! You only fight lady bulls.
So, Senor Toreador, you only insult me because you know I had not have my sword. But do you forget one thing? I always carry my hammer. Understand? One more word, I break every bone in your eyeball. Hold my hammer. Antonio. Si, senor. A bottle of tequila. And an American cheese sandwich. Gracias.
Hello, Tracy. Here it is, Tracy. This is that wonderful little cafe I told you about.
Oh, Bruce, another dreary cafe. I've had enough. I want to go back to the hotel. I'm bored. Besides, there aren't any tables.
Why, nonsense. Here, we can sit right here. Here, you, person, get up. You, person, here. Here's half a peso. We're rich tourists and we want to sit down. Now get up at once. Why, the man's a ruffian. He's a fool. Let's go back to the hotel.
You go. I'm staying. Here's my watch, just in case.
But Tracy!
Get out of here!
You don't...
Who are you?
I am Luis Flamingo. You do not choose to go back? Would you like to join me in a glass of tequila?
Gladly. What is it?
Tequila? Tequila is our national drink. It is beautiful.
It kindles the heart of our spirits, and it also keeps our cigarette lighters working.
Here's to you.
Drink it very slowly, my dear. It's very powerful. Just a little sip.
Don't worry about me, do you? The most magnificent man I ever met. Oh, my darling.
Excuse me, senorita. But how is it with a proud young eagle in the room? You choose to sit with a boiled chicken.
Are you trying to provoke him?
I have great respect for Senor, but I have more respect if he would choose to fight with me in the bull ring tomorrow.
Never will I fight the bull again. I have fought my last bull. I have gone to a new business now. Children's ready to wear.
You sissy fraidy cat, what will provoke you to fight the bull again?
Nothing will force me to fight the bull, don't you understand? Nothing at all. I am finished. There's only a reason between me and the bulls.
What is those reasons?
It's between me and the bulls, and we won't tell you.
So, you do not provoke, eh? Tell me, this short American tourist, who is quite attractive, is with you, yes?
That's right, see.
Well then, how would you react if I were to do this to her? Perhaps you did not see what I did. Didn't you see I did this to her?
How's it going, sweetie?
No.
So, you think that I would not provoke it? I tell you I'll provoke it. Good. All right. I meet you tomorrow in the arena in Madrid. We go and we fight, okay?
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow in the bull ring.
We fight.
Luis, Valdez is fighting with great skill. You will have to fight as you have never fought before. Are you ready, my Torero?
I am ready.
Oh, darling, I can't let you do this because of me. Forget your foolish pride. I don't want to see you killed.
You do not understand, my beautiful one. When a challenge is made in my country, it must be accepted. It's too late now. Here's a ticket. Go watch the bullfight. That's $1.80. It's mezzanine, you know.
No, take it back. I can't watch out there. I'll stay here.
Did you see how Senora Valdez killed the bull? Never have I fought so magnificent. The passes and the Veronicas I made, I fought with such skill. I am so magnificent. Quickly, a pad and a pencil. I must have my autograph. Quickly. With love for a long life. Love, Julio Valdez. I'm so good. Thank you.
Luis, your bull is ready.
I know.
Why do you bother? You have not got a chance.
I have faith in him, and I'll prove it. You're his manager.
See.
I'll bet everything I own in Flamingo to win everything I own.
Well done.
Darling, I know you'll win. Your beautiful eyes. Look at those broad shoulders, those lovely arms. Look at that lovely hand, that palm. Look at that lifeline. Cancel the bet.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I just don't believe in gambling. But I'll be rooting for you.
I will now show you how a real toreador fights the bull. Louis! My brother Musho. Wish me good luck. Good luck.
Magnificent bullfight I have saw. I tear off my autograph. Don't look, don't look.
Oh, lay me down someplace. I needed that very much.
Darling, are you all right? Are you in pain?
Never mind about me. How's the bull?
Simply wonderful. He's marvelous. But darling, what happened to you? Why did you not kill the bull?
Why did I not kill the bull? It's because I have a certain that I did not. It's because I have. You want to hear it? Don't you want to hear it? It's very difficult to die and make a speech at the same time. On the pillow I get hit. And I did not kill the bull for my reasons that I told you before. For my many years of experience in the bull ring, I have learned one great truth. The bulls are not mad at us. And I am not mad at the bulls. You see, the bulls, they're already out there trying to make a living. Just like you and me. But we must face it. If we kill off all the bulls, then we kill show business.
You shh!
Trying to say something.
All right. What is it, Louis?
One last request, please. A kiss.
All right.
Not from you. Grazie. And now, if I may, a last puff on a cigar. What were you eating, lady? And now, a glass of tequila.
Tequila, Louis.
And now, I would like an American cheese sandwich.
An American cheese sandwich, all right, I'll get it.
No, I had cheese for lunch. Make it roast beef.
I'll cancel the American, I'll get roast beef. No, I'll have the American cheese. I didn't eat before the bull.
Make it 2 American cheese sandwiches. And don't put mustard on mine because I'm allergic to it.
What would that mustard? What roast beef? I'll have roast
Wait. Let's have an assortment of Coca, that's all. And bring some sodas. And don't forget a bottle opener. I always forget the bottle open. And don't forget to wake me up when the food comes.
Mel was so hysterical to walk with on the street that he made you afraid because you never knew what he was going to do. And he and I were walking down the street and two nuns were coming towards us. And I said, oh, here it comes. I don't know what he's going to do. And he was very polite and he said, I'm sorry, ladies, they cut the sketch. You can turn in the costumes now. He walked into a little one of those stores that sells microscopes for $1.50, real junk shop. And he picked up this microscope and he said, how much to the owner? He says, how much is this? And the guy said, that's $1.50. So he says, is this a good microscope? Because I'm a world famous scientist and I'm working on a major breakthrough. So can I use this? Yeah, it's fine. Take it. You'll become a very famous person.
Reporter Carl Reiner here at LaGuardia Airport, awaiting the arrival of a plane load of eminent visitors, among them the distinguished Viennese authority on the manly art of self-defense. His new book on self-defense has just been published. It's entitled, You Too Can Be a Winner, or Pick on Someone Smaller. Here he is now, Professor Ludwig von Stranglehold. Good evening, Professor.
Good evening.
Professor, I enjoyed your book tremendously. There was one chapter that...
Getting in shape.
Yes, I see. There was one chapter, Professor, there was one chapter that particularly interested me, but I didn't quite finish it. Would you describe to us what you meant by coordination as a means of self-defense?
Oh, that's the main basis of the manly art of self-defense. All the coordination. You tell the mind tells the hand to go up and over here, and it's how fast it goes there, and that's all practice.
I see.
It's all practice, the coordination from the mind to telegraphing to the hand. When this is all has to be, and it will come in handy sometime and save your life.
Actually save your life, you feel?
Oh, definitely. I'm telling you, it's all coordination, but, something like that, you want to do it, you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, take, for instance, to show you how it would save my life, supposing I'm walking down the street, and you're a fella with a gun.
Oh.
And you stick the gun on my back. All right? We try it. Now you say, stick 'em up.
Stick 'em up.
Now, the minute I hear that, the split second, it's all in the timing and the coordination to save my life. Now watch. All of a sudden, my left hand goes up here, my right hand goes here, I twirl around, down on the knee, and I plead, please don't kill me. Very loud, you understand? It's all in the coordination, you understand? Because you get the twirl, you know what I mean? Because you could split a back turning around, when you hurt yourself. And watch yourself when you, don't say please when you clap your hands, because if you don't hear the please, you're dead, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes. Professor, you have witnessed many interesting matches in self-defense throughout the world. What was the most exciting bout that you ever saw?
The most exciting bout? I'll never forget it. It was in Mexico.
Mexico?
There was a matador. He was standing in the center of the ring. And then out from the other side came a bull.
A bull?
And this bull was a double bull. What a bull! 4 horns. What I couldn't miss, Well, the matador saw this bull, took his sword and his red cape and threw it on the side. Walked over and he charged the bull. He charged the bull, which is something that, that he outwitted the bull. He threw him off guard. That's half the battle. But the other half is yet to come. Oh. Well, he rushed at the bull and he grabbed the bull by the horns. That's where the old expression comes from, stiff upper lip. You know what I mean? He grabbed the bull by the horns and he started to turn his neck. And he turned, and he was turning the bull's neck. And farther, the bull was bending over. And he bending the bull, he was bending, and the bull went down.
Very exciting.
And then the bull started to come up like this again. And the fella was holding him, and he was going on the other side. And the bull was bending him, and he was going back, and he went down.
That was a very...
And then the bull started to pull him up, and he was pushing the bull down over, and he got the bull back over here, and he pushed the bull
down.
That must have been a very exciting event.
And then the bull got up. And he got the bull down.
That must have been very exciting, Doctor.
6 days I sat there. It was so bored. I got very hungry.
Well, Doctor, you are considered one of the prime exponents of the art of jiu-jitsu. I wonder if you could describe some of the holds in jiu-jitsu to our audience.
Yes, now look, I say you are a fella with a knife. See, you are a fella with a knife. And you want to attack me. See, yes. Now, I see you there, and you have the knife.
Yes.
All right, now you put up your hand like you got the knife.
Yes.
All right, now watch. You just come up a little closer here.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to go for you and grab you for the knife. All right?
Yeah.
Here I go. Now watch it now. Yeah. Here I come. I'm going to come, and I got here. Oh, I got it right there. See, now I got you here. And then now I'm going to bring you down. See, and then I grab you by the leg here, and then I got you. And then you are there, and I got you here. See, and then I got you. And I got you here. I got you. See, I got you. See that?
That's amazing, Professor. Just amazing.
All strategy, that's all.
Well,
and leverage, you know?
Well,
now, take, for instance, now, you see there's a little nerve in the back of your neck here.
Yes.
If I touch that nerve, you'll be partially paralyzed on this side temporarily.
Is that true, Doctor?
Sure. See, it's right over here.
Right there? What happened, Doctor?
Yeah, you see, that's the way it is.
Just a minute. You can actually break any hold by knowing that.
Any hold. Now, you get me in a headlock here.
In a headlock, Doctor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like this?
That's right. Now, hold on.
Am I hurting you, Doctor?
No, go ahead. Got a good grip now.
Yes.
You're ready now.
Yes.
Now, hold on.
Yes.
Get yourself real incensed. Get yourself real set.
Yes, I've got it, Doctor.
You got it now?
Yes, Professor.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you got the hold. Good, huh?
Am I hurting you, Professor?
No, you're not hurting me at all. Now, you got the hold. You're ready, huh?
Now, you're going to get out of this, Professor?
That's right. I'm going to get out of it.
I see.
Well, you got the hold, huh?
Yes, I've got it, Professor. Am I hurting you?
Oh, no.
All right.
You got a good hold.
I don't want to press too tight, Professor.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Yes.
You got the hold good, huh?
I have it now. Are you ready?
You sure you got it?
Yeah. Are you ready, Professor?
Your hands are tight, huh?
Yes, Professor.
You got the hold.
Yes.
You sure you got it good?
I have it, Professor. You ready to get out now?
Out in about a minute, I'll be ready.
Professor, what is it?
See, I got out of it.
Carl was always up on his feet, always acting out something, and I'd ever come up, Carl would jump up and be a part of it, be everybody, he'd be all the characters. He was very animated and still is.
He's intuitive. He's ahead of the beat. You know, while he's launched a response that's going to be wonderful, he's already composing the next one, or maybe playing off something that was just said. He is one of a kind. I mean, really, when you think that television is a half century or more old now, there's never been anybody like Carl.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for America's most exciting giveaway show. The show where knowledge means dollars. America's most popular quiz show, Break Your Brains. And here's America's most genial quizmaster, Mr. Jimmy Popular. 50 million Americans, thank you for letting us come into your living room so that we can break your brains. Tonight, we welcome back some of the last week's contestants. You're going to meet Ronald Gordon, our 8-year-old atomic scientist who's an expert on comic books. You're going to meet Mrs. Marjorie Barnes, our 93-year-old grandmother from St. Louis, Missouri, whose category is pole vaulting. And you'll meet Rudolph Schmidt, our baker from Wayzata, Minnesota, whose category is bakeries in Wayzata, Minnesota. And now our lovely hostess, Miss Penny Candy, will bring in tonight's first contestant, the man whose brain we've been trying to break for 25 consecutive weeks, the man whose category is anything.
the man who tonight goes for $250,000, Mr. Harry Hempstead. Mr. Hempstead is a little nervous after 25 weeks on our show. So, Penny, will you escort Mr. Hempstead down the brain ramp? It's been a hard 25 weeks for Harry. Harry?
Jimmy, here again is Mr. Harry Hempstead.
Well, Harry, I bet you've been doing a lot of stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No more, please.
Now, please, Harry. Harry, you're going. Remember, I bet you're very nervous after 25 weeks on Break Your Brains. Would you tell the audience some of the things that have been happening to you since the show began?
Well, ever since I've been winning all this money on the show, people have been so nice to me. I was interviewed on the radio. They have made an announcement about me in my hometown paper, and I've been beaten up once and robbed twice. The show has done a lot for me.
Harry, everybody in America... Harry, watch it. Everybody in America knows what you do, Harry, but for the new listeners, would you tell them what you do for a living?
I'm a quiz master on another show. Back in my hometown, I run a little quiz show in the garage.
That's right, Harry. There are a lot of us these days. Well,
I've studied enough. I can't take it.
Please, Harry, please, Harry. Remember, you're going for $250,000. Now, Harry, remember, this comes time for the big decision. You can take this check for $250,000 and go home, or you can try to answer the next question and win this $250,000. Would you rather take it or win it?
I'll try to win it.
It may sound foolhardy to a lot of people, but that shows a lot of courage on your part. Now, let's tell the folks at home how we play the game. Mr. Hempstead has reached the $250,000 precipice by answering correctly all of his questions. Now, Mr. Hempstead, you can go on to the next ravine by selling half your jackpot bank, and which you can ensure your entire winnings by investing your $250,000 in your children's college future. Or you can take $250,000 of matched luggage with your little name embossed on the emblems. Now, in which case, we'll give you 1 hard or 5 easy questions, which will entitle you to the jackpot prize. Therefore, you stand a chance, Harry Hempstead, of parlaying your $250,000 into $12.50 a week for the next full month. Harry, I know it's hard to figure, but if you answer every question correctly, you'll have a right to meet your contender who will challenge your right to take the prizes home. Is that clear, Mr. Hempstead? Is it clear, sir?
Yes, Jimmy, it's clear. And Jimmy, may I say that you're a wonderfully fine person. And people ask me, is he really nice as he is? And I tell them, how else could he be if he weren't? You're nice.
Well, that's nice to hear, Harry, but I'm being what I am. I can't help it. A lot of nice people working on the show, plus the fact that I'm nice to begin with, makes this a very rewarding job, Harry.
You certainly are.
You too, Harry.
And the same to you.
And now we're ready to get on with the game. Now get set for part 2 of the rules, the outdoor event. As everyone knows, last week's loser is this week's outdoor event.
Check.
Right at this moment, Mr. William James Hewlett III, our Wall Street financier who was our expert on social grace and etiquette, is walking around the streets of New York in his underwear. And right now he's buying a ticket for a movie. Now, if any time during the time you are being questioned, he is thrown out of the movie or arrested, or anyone notices that he's wearing underwear, whichever comes first, you'll have to stop where you are and go for the bonus question. You'll lose everything you've learned thus far, plus you'll have to pay for Mr. Hewlett's fine, his court fees, and his lawyer fee. So let's cut to our outdoor event and see how he's coming. We take you to 42nd Street and Broadway. Well, you're lucky, Harry. They haven't spotted him yet. Now, Harry Hempstead, we're ready to break your brains. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Harry Hempstead, who has reached the first crevice on his climb to a $250,000 ravine. Miss Penny, will you push the Selectatron buttontron? Professor White of Omega University. May we have the question, please? Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor White. Now, Harry, please, Professor. Professor White, please. Please, Professor White. Thank you. Now, Harry, your category is anything, and here is your first question. We are going to play an excerpt from an opera. We're going to ask you to name the excerpt. You have 15 seconds. All right, let's hear it, Bernie. Now, for $250,000, we are going to ask you to answer that question. You have 15 seconds, and take every minute of those 15 seconds. All right. All right, Harry. For $250,000, Harry, what is the name of that aria? Please don't help him. Nobody help him. Please don't help him. Harry, what is the name of that aria?
Caranomi?
Right, Caranomi is right. All right, Harry, you've answered part one, and now for the second part of your last-ditch question. You must answer this for the $250,000. From what opera is Caranomi taken? Name the 5 leading tenors who sang the leading role before 1930. Name the opera companies which these tenors sang. In which cities these opera companies are located. And at least 4 out of 5 leading ladies who sang the leading roles opposite the leading tenors. Name the composer of the work of at least 5 unpublished operas of his. Then name his wife and the first names of his children. You have 15 seconds to give me your answer. Take every minute of those 15 seconds, Harry. $250,000. What is your answer?
First answer is, the aria comes from Rigoletto. It was first sung by Enrico Caruso, then sung by Benicio Gennaro. Then it's sung by Gennaro Bellini, Caruso, Calacastro, Salavani, Nicoloso Perino, and then John Pierce. Kirino Zamora, Carolo Balsinio, Tony Galento, Dame Dinesio. It was first played at the Metropolitan Opera Company, the Los Scala de San Carlos, Sal Magli, the Sal Magli Opera, the Chicago Opera Company, the Detroit Opera Company, the St. Louis Municipal Opera Company, the St. Paul Muni Opera Company, the Rome Opera Company, the Napa Company. It was first played in 1801, 1802, 1803, with Red period of 1955, 1836, 1944. No, not 1995. 1936, 1904, 1945. Then it was first sung. The leading ladies were Luisa Teresa, Emilia Gluck, Maria Angela, Dolores Del Rio, Morris Lawyer, Bess Meyerson, and not Bess Meyerson. It was written by Verdi. It's unpublished voice by Dorina de la Mora, Nina Tenina, the printer de Santa Maria, the Costa la Fora, the Reno, Giorgio la Cantolo, Wendell, Giussi, the Tanto, Secondo, the Geraldine, the Wendell Gato, the San Balo Solondo, lo Solano, lo Cavento, la Peccia, la Gato, e portano di Rende, solo quello che lo andando, ce lo va a dare il Silato, lo Colando, lo Laia, e porto di Reggio, con Tondina Santa, and the girl from the Golden West.
Absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing. Every answer was wrong. Not one. But in answering your question, you used 250 seconds at $1,000 a second, which brings you to a grand total of $250,000. Here, Harry, is your $250,000. $250,000.
In cash, like that?
Well, Harry, you can take that money home with you now, or go on to your next cliff and meet your contender, who can take it all away from you.
I'll go on.
Remember, Harry, you can't win any more money. You can just lose what you have.
I'll go on.
Harry, you're a grand sport. And I want you to meet your contender, our charming housewife, Mrs. Blanche Stanley. Mrs. Stanley, how many weeks have you been on Break Your Brains?
103 weeks.
Has it been that long?
Oh, yes. I was here before you were.
Oh, that's right. You were on when I came on. Well,
Yes,
how much money have you won on this quiz show?
On this show?
Yes.
Well, on this show, I'd say it was about $1 million.
$1 million. Do you find that all this money has changed you at all?
Oh, no. Good heavens to Betsy, no. No, we haven't changed in the least little bit. We're exactly the same.
Of
course, our friends seem a little poorer and a little duller, but we haven't changed.
Well, that's wonderful to hear that, Mrs. Stanley.
Yeah.
It's time to play the game, and I want you to meet your contender, Harry Hempstead.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you do? I hope you'll lose.
Thank you very much.
That's the spirit. And now we're ready for the big payoff question, the question that's worth $500,000 on Break Your Brains. Penny and Professor White, will you show the contestants to the humiliation booths? Separate booths, please. Can you hear me in there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh, Harry, you're not allowed to take an expert in with you this time. I'm sorry, Harry. Thank you, Professor White. Thank you very much. Sound on.
Yes, I can hear you.
How about you, Mr. Hempstead? Can you hear me? Is the sound on, Mr. Hempstead? Is the sound on? The sound is on. The air is off. The air is off. Will you put the air into Mr. Hempstead's booth? Pump the air into the booth, please. Thank you. We want to give them both equal opportunities. Now, Mrs. Stanley, here's the big question. We've turned the sound off of Mr. Hempstead's booth, so he can't hear. Are you ready?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, for $500,000, will you name the capitals of the following 8 countries? Abyssinia, Uruguay, Bolivia, Paraguay, New Zealand, Newfoundland, Belgium, and Pakistan. You have 15 seconds to think of your answer and take every minute of those seconds. $500,000, the name of the capital of the countries of Abyssinia.
The capital of Abyssinia. Could we skip that one and go on to the next one, please?
Certainly, the capital of Uruguay.
The capital, could we go back to Abyssinia?
All right, the capital of Abyssinia.
I think I'll try Belgium.
All right, how about Belgium?
Belgium.
Oh, you know it, Mrs. Stanley.
I do?
Oh, of course you do.
Well, then good. Let's skip that one and go on to the next one.
All right, the capital of Pakistan.
The capital, could we try Belgium again?
Sorry, Mrs. Stanley, but your time is up. We have busted your brain, so will you please get off the stage? Get off the stage. Thank you, Mrs. Stanley. Ladies and gentlemen, before we turn the sound off in Mr. Hempstead's booth, we have a surprise for him. From Durango, California, we have flown his father in, who he hasn't seen in 30 years. Now, if he answers the question correctly, his father will have a wonderful reunion and a joyous reunion. However, if he misses the question, we'll put his father back on the plane, and he will never see him again. Aren't we having fun, America? All right. Mr. Hempstead, put the sound back in, Mr. Hempstead. The air, put the air back in. Mr. Hempstead, here is your question. Here is your question for the grand prize. Will you bring in the paintings, please? Mr. Hempstead, we have here 10 works of art. 5 of these works of art are the originals. And 5 of these works of art are copies. They are forged copies. Will you take these with you, Mr. Hempstead? Mr. Hempstead, there you are. Your question is to determine, Mr. Hempstead, the originals, and determine the name of the painter, the names of the painter, and the name of the painting. You have 15 seconds to determine it. All right, Mr. Hempstead, what is painting number 1?
Yes, I have the painting number 1. This is by Van Borns. It's called La Raison de la Paramount, which in English means sneaking into the Paramount.
That's right. Now, Mr. Hempstead, we've got to go fast. We've got 15 seconds. Painting number 2.
Yes, this is the original. It says it's either a Mo or a Fregdigliani. I think it's a Modigliani, and it's called Passive Coconuts in the Breeze.
Passive Coconuts in the Breeze is right. Number 3.
Yes. Here is the 3rd original. It's called The Drowning Swan, and it's by Roald Pestilence.
It is The Drowning Swan by Roald Pestilence.
And it's by his adopted son.
Right, that's absolutely right. Number 4.
And this is The Cavalry Charge by Sir William S. Retreat.
That's absolutely correct.
That's right.
Now, the number 5 painting.
Number 5 painting. This is, I know this one. It's a Van Dyke. It's Van Dyke's immortal still life called Soup and Greens.
Soup and Greens is right. You have won, Mr. Henston. Larry Henston, you've won the $500,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll be back with us next week for the $1 million question.
No, I won't be able to be back with you next week because I'm on a different quiz show called Beat Your Wife.
Oh, yes, of course. You're on Beat Your Wife, the quiz show whose losers become our contenders, who meet the contestants to challenge the contestants of the winners who become our losers.
That's right.
Well, good luck, Harry, and I hope that you beat your wife.
Don't worry, I'll beat her brains out.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for the next 5 quiz shows, which follow on this station immediately. Well, good night, and break your brains, ladies and gentlemen.
Stan Kamen, who was Sid Caesar's stand-in, he used to work in front of the cameras when we were rehearsing the show on show day, and then step aside and Sid would do the show, of course. He stuck his head in the door and he said, "I want you guys to meet somebody." He said, "This is the young Larry Gelbart." I said, "The young Larry Gelbart's here." And with that, he brought Woody in.
I remember it was just Sid and Larry Gelbart, and I came into, I'd never met either of them, and sat down in the room, and we were just chatting, and we started talking and pitching some ideas and speculating on some premises for sketches, and and I found myself in the midst of that I was working, and in the midst of a half hour into it or an hour into it, as we were talking, Sid, and you're hired, and we just kept going, and that was typical of a kind of grand personality that he had.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we always used to sing rock and roll songs. But we are getting tired of that rock and roll song, so we have decided to sing a serious song. A real serious song that will make you cry. And it may make us cry. A serious song called Raindrops Are Falling. Ready? Raindrops are falling. They make me cry. If you don't want me, please tell me why. Raindrops are falling, falling for you. And I love you, darling. I'm not so large. If you will leave me, I shouldn't cry. Raindrops are falling, falling for you, and for Raindrops are falling. They're falling for you, but they're falling for him too. The raindrops are falling over him. So what are you going to do? Don't play anymore. Stop the music. Stop it. Stop it, Frankie. Stop it. Are you all right? I'm going to have to play that song for. All right, I'll finish it. Try. Are you all right? Yes. Try. All right, Frankie. No, I can't. Not the music. Do what you're doing. I'll go. Wait, Lennon. All right. Come on. You can. Come on. Put yourself
something. Come on, fella. You can do it. You've done worse than this. You've done songs that are worse than this. Come on.
I love you, darling. If you should leave me, I'm surely,
Woody has always said that he was mentored by my brother Danny. And Woody is quoted as saying, everything I've ever learned about comedy is from Danny Simon. And I've said the same thing.
Take a Cookie Productions presents You Bet You. This is a legend of ancient Japan that originated long ago at the beginning of the 14th century when powerful warlords ruled the country with the aid of their samurai warriors. This is also the tale of a great love between a lovely maiden and one of the bravest of the samurai warriors, and how this love was sacrificed on the altar of samurai honor. And so, the ancient legend of You Bet You unfolds. This is Shitaka Yamagoro, the noble samurai warrior. This is the fair Latatoto, tender maiden of high birth. The powerful Baron Gashimoto, a samurai commander. The great warlord Masashimo, father of the maiden Latatoto. And here is the palace of the warlord Masashimo, in readiness to welcome his brave army of samurai warriors as they return victorious from battle. And as the brave warriors enter the palace of the mighty warlord Masashimu, they hastily sheathe their samurai swords. For it is ancient law that if any warrior should bear a naked sword inside the palace, he will instantly bring dishonor upon himself and his family.
Some gong, You love me? You bet you. You bet you.
要命！我怎么知道？老兄，我兄，我安是农家，我怎么兄？我是马的门米，我是马的兄，马的生。我怎么 almost did it？ 我就，我送你
And now, the great warlord, Masashimu, in accordance with ancient tradition, comes to reward his brave warriors for winning the battle by granting them any request they wish to make of him.
I shall bow. 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 My son, on your bow. You tell me, you bow like a cow. You don't tell us I'm bow. You're telling us my new job. We're not.
Now, the great warlord chooses his two bravest warriors to join him in the traditional asuku, the dance of victory. The traditional dance of victory, the asuku, is over. The samurai warriors' requests are made and granted.
Come and get it! I'm in the cannon. Some shot. What I do? Some shot. Do that.
Has committed the unforgivable sin. He has drawn his samurai sword in the palace.
Nothing was my show. Someone who I should have loved you, when you want something, what shall I get you? When what shall I get you? You bet you. Come on, come on.
And so the noble samurai Shtaka lost everything. His honor, his titles, and Latatoto, the lovely maiden he loved. The years passed, and though the maiden Latatoto was betrothed to be married to the scheming, ruthless Baron Gashimoto, she refused to marry him, for in her heart she still cherished her love for the brave but dishonored Shtaka Yamagora.
You bet you. I'm going to break your bones. I'll break your bones, master. I'll show you.
And as a lovely, fragile flower will die in the winter, so did the fragile Latatoto spirit wither in the icy blast of the Baron Gashimoto's cruelty. No worse was the fate of the dishonored samurai Shtaka Yamagora, whose heart was still heavy with love for the beauteous Latatoto, and who roamed the forest, living off the land.
Bingo, come on, chance some more. That's my motion no tao. Much no bingo later. Motion cheap. And then motion maximaka. Later motion of non chasa. Oh man, it's from the motion schmo. No, see la. Some so Latatoto. Mosim non so. Non so. Latatoto. Mosim. Put him up. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out yourself! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! I'll get you! I'll get you! I'll get you! I'm for you! Make no trouble! You scared? I'm scared. Make no trouble! Watch out! Watch out! Look here! Oh, you can get killed! What's the I got you now. I got you now. What's the more? That's a concussion. Sure, that's a concussion. No, that's a bad concussion. You bet you. You bet you.
And so, the legend of the samurai warrior and the maiden comes to an end as Shitaka Yamagura and Latatoto are married and live happily ever after.
I don't know.
Larry Gelbart, I thought, was the wittiest. I mean, I still think he's the wittiest guy probably in America. I mean, he's a great, fast, intellectual, terrific mind.
He's one of the few comedy prodigies I've ever met. He was not a prodigy then. He was already an established writer, having worked for so many people. Bob Hope, his last employer, who, by the way, when Larry decided to work for Sid, he called Sid and offered Sid an oil well to return him. You know, he said, "I'll give you an oil well. Give me the guy back."
You have people like Mel Brooks and Larry Gelbart, Carl Reiner, and Neil Simon, and Woody Allen. That's a lot of power. I mean, wow. And to control that power, you have to be very, very firm, because these guys are smart. And they are not only smart, but brilliant. When you're working with people of this caliber, you have to let them know who is the boss when you're sitting in the room. Not just the boss, but I'm going to have to do this. It has to be the way I want it, because I'm going to have to do it. I have to perform it. And if I don't feel it, I can't do it. And they understood that. And these are great writers. You don't like my line, and this or that, you know. But nobody come in and handed me a script. That never happened. We sat down, page one, scene one, page one, let's go. You know, I'm home, dear, and then we started. So I would be there from page one to the last page.